Do you struggle to get things done? I know I do. The good news is I have developed a balance or a sequence of brain gym activities that actually help us to get going and get things done. So I want to show that to you. At times I'll ask you to pause the video and complete the process because I want this video to be as short as possible so you'll really use it. Okay, so the first thing we do is something called belly breathing in Brain Gym. Now, if you're used to some other form of slow, deep breathing, you're welcome to use that. But if not, this is the way we do it in Brain Gym. So first, I'll show you the way that it isn't done, and that's like this. Notice how my shoulders raise. The idea is to fill up your lower lobes of your lungs first. And so if you can hold one hand here and the other on your belly. And when you breathe in, this hand should stay stable and your one on your belly should go out like this. Now I want you to do 3 more because you need to do 5 altogether, nice and slow. I kind of went a little bit faster because there's so much to this. It's relatively short though. The next one is called the Energizer. Now this might look very much like the Cobra in yoga if you know about the Cobra. I'm going to sit here, pretend this is my desk, and you can either do this sitting down, you can do it standing up, or you can do it lying down. Lying down is usually the best. But with your head down, you slowly raise up your head and your neck and your chest, bringing up here. And I want you to hold that for 40 seconds if you can, or work up to that. But I'm going to not hold that fast. And then you bring it back down, one vertebrae at a time, like so. Okay? So that is the Energizer. The next is a lot of buttons, four buttons as we call them in Brain Gym. The first is space buttons, which is simply holding the beginning and the end of the governing meridian or vessel. So it ends here on the upper lip and on the tailbone. So if you hold the upper lip and the tailbone, will be good. Hold it for about 15 seconds this way, and then switch it around, switch your hands around and just change hands. And I'm going to move this. Then the next one is earth buttons, and that's the beginning and ending of the central vessel, or central meridian. Put one hand here on the navel with your fingers down this way, and then the other here on your lower lip. So your central meridian goes straight up like that. You can use it like this. I like to do this when I'm talking because I think it's better. But basically it looks like this. And again, I want you to do it longer than I'm doing it, but you simply change hands. The next one is called the brain buttons, good for thinking. Holding your belly button, your navel, and you see where my collarbones are? Go just under the collarbones in a little hollow there and rub there. Well, you can hold, but let's rub. This time we rub, okay? And then switch that around. Again, please do it a bit longer than what I'm doing it to make sure you're effective. And the last one is my favorite one. It's called balance buttons. It really somehow gets me centered. One hand on the belly button, the other hand on this mastoid bone back behind your ear. I like to have this part of my palm holding that bone, and that way you've got lots of coverage and you know you've got it. Just notice how that feels. When I'm losing in tennis, I'll see if I can take a few seconds and do this, and then maybe I stop losing a while. And also it's good if you have vertigo, you know, to make the room stop swimming. And then go ahead and switch that around as well. And about 15-20 seconds to each side. All right. There's one more activity, and that's fun, but it probably takes the most time. It's called cross crawls. Now, in order to do cross crawls, the way I like to do them, it's kind of three-dimensional if you think about it. Any kind of cross-patterning movement is good. It's very important for you to use your shoulders and your hips. You're not just moving your arms back and forth. You're actually using your core and twisting. Okay, so the first one is for laterality. It's for communication, metaphorically. Communication between your right and left halves of your body, and also your right and left hemispheres. So this is basically what you've probably seen, going like this. And I'm crossing my knee over, and also moving my shoulders. I'm not just 7th grade boys, this is it. But no, we need to do like this. And then the next one is for focus. It's front and back of the body integrating, and also the front or the cortex of your brain and your hindbrain together. And that looks like this. That is where you're going from front. You're leaning out this way with your arm, crossing over, and heel to hand that way. So it looks like this. Reaching out and reaching in the back. So it's front to back. Let me slow it down a little bit so you can see it on the video better. And then the next one, the last one, is for organization. Top of the body and up of the body coordinated together, and also the front of the brain and the middle of the brain, the amygdala. And that looks like a disco dance, right? Think John Travolta. So one leg goes back and the opposite arm goes up. So you can feel a stretch in your hamstrings when you do that. I like to point my finger because John Travolta points his finger. Leg is crossing the midline, arm is crossing the midline. And you do each of those for about 20 seconds, so at least you're doing a minute. So that is it. Now, before you go through these exercises, you should think of the goal. What is the project that you want to get done? Or maybe it's 2 projects. Write it down, say it, and then after, go ahead and do that again. Write it down, or look at the words, say it, and then just go get it done. Take care. Good luck.